I got overpaid 3 times my salary and never told anyone. Early in my career, I had to quit a full-time position and change location in order to support a loved one's medical needs. It was also time for a change, and I looked at university jobs because I thought teaching might have some future potential. I had been successful as a supervisor and trainer to newer graduates at my previous job and really enjoyed it. I needed something I could do from anywhere and with flexible hours, anticipating up to 8 months before the situation resolved, and I could look for a more conventional job in my field and have freedom to choose where to live again. I took a remote job teaching for a university that had an online/hybrid learning program for students in my profession. When I got the offer, I was a little worried that they limited me to one class for the first semester, pending a performance review, before I was allowed more. Not great, as the pay per class was less than half of what I was targeting as a minimum salary to break, even especially since there was no health insurance. But when I got my first check, I was thrilled to see it was exactly 3 times what I thought the pay was to be. I must have misread or misunderstood the salary details when I signed up. The math kind of made sense, as there were 3 pay periods over the semester, and I got paid what I had thought was meant to be the full semester pay for this one pay period. I thought I must have read the pay per check as the pay per semester, and to say I was pleasantly surprised is an understatement. This was a great salary for teaching one class, though admittedly there was also a lot more work than I expected when I accepted, thinking the pay was going to be a third of this. Still, it was more than fair at this pay rate. I started thinking about the tuition, which was pretty high, times the number of students, times my workload. And I started rationalizing that this was a proper and fair amount. Honestly, it probably was, considering that I was pretty much doing all the work as an adjunct while my boss, a tenure-track professor with a department, would meet with me and other instructors for only about an hour every few weeks to check in. But I was only thinking how lucky I was for this pleasant salary surprise. End of semester came, and I was excited. They told me I was doing a great job in my review, going above and beyond expectations. Of course, I was, with how generous my salary was, and that I could easily pick up a couple courses each semester as long as I wanted to, and as things continued to work out so well. With 2 classes a semester at the same rate, and 3 semesters a year, they had a full summer docket, too. This would add up to more than I'd ever made at that point. This would be plenty to get by and to save, even with having to buy my own health plan. Needless to say, I accepted when they offered me 2 more classes each for the next 2 semesters. Over the 2-week break in between, I started making plans around the job, and I turned down another good-paying part-time job because this one paid so much better. Also, since I could work from anywhere as long as